Hi guys, how are you? So welcome to another fantastic video on Vedic Astrology, and in this video we are going to talk about Mercury in the first house. So first of all, what is this first house? The first house or the ascendant is that house amongst the 12 houses of Vedic Astrology that determines what qualities will a person have and what that person will be. So it determines the personality, the thinking that's going behind the back of the mind. That determines what that person will think, what that person will be like, and ultimately how and what that person's actions in the daily life will look like. So whichever planet or the zodiac sign is ruling in the first house, that has a direct or a profound impact on the daily life of the native. The native is any person who is a subject under the Vedic astrology. And as I have been telling you in my different videos, Vedic astrology and the Western astrology are fundamentally the same. They all talk about the 12 houses, 1st to 12th. The first or the ascendant is the house which shows the planet that was on the east side when the native was born. On the east side means that the ruling house, it was the ruling planet which is going to govern the movement of all the 9 planets around the native. Now we have understood the meaning of the first house or the ascendant. Now we need to understand the meaning of the Mercury in the first house. Mercury or the Buddh Graha. It is the house of communications. Mercury, as we know, makes a person communicative. It makes a person extrovert. That person is like a flowing river. The person likes to talk to many people. The person cannot be confined in one place. And this quality of that person gets him into trouble in many situations. A person likes to talk, other person likes to connect with everyone, and many of time things happen that you end up saying those things which you should not say to people. Even further, you like communicating with people, you like doing things, you don't like to stay confined in one room or to stay confined in one activity. So what happens at the end of the day, you end up doing those things which you regret that you shouldn't have done. But ultimately it's not your problem, it's because it's the Mercury in your ruling house that makes you do things. So whenever we have seen that Mercury in the ruling house of a native, it makes a person a very good fit for any line that has communications capability. For example, you may be a perfect fit for journalism, for politics, for photography, for musician. You like to communicate things. Being a politician, you like to communicate with people. Being a journalist, you like to communicate about the incidents that are happening. Being a photographist or a musician, you like to communicate through your music or your photographs. You just like to communicate. So, first of all, this ability of yours and this passion of yours to communicate often at times gets you in trouble. Why? Because you end up doing certain things which you should have restrained yourself, but you often found yourselves in such a situation when you are unable to restrain yourself or confine yourself in some situations when you should. Classical example, when we have seen that natives are having a court case over them. It's a court ruling going over them, they should have kept quiet or they should not say something, but they end up saying those things. Why? It's the Mercury that's forcing them to do or to say some things rather than to stay quiet. Now, the most important aspect of financial aspects. Mercury has direct relationship with financial as well as your foreign tour and travel. While we know that Mercury has no connection with the Pisces zodiac sign. So for those of you who are having Pisces as their ruling zodiac sign, beware. If Mercury is in your first house and you are a Pisces zodiac sign, you need to take caution. They both are bitter enemies of each other, and a malefic Mercury can cause havoc in your life. Why? Because Pisces, it represents the flowing water and has Jupiter as its lord, while Mercury, it's an earthy planet. There's just no match with each other. Coming back to the topic of financialism as well as the foreign tours and travel. If Mercury is in your native house and it's malefic in nature, that is, it's revolving in a manner that is having harmful impact on you, then you can never have financial stability in your life. You may be facing a financial crunch. You may be short on cash. Yes, this is because of Mercury. Let me explain it to you why in just one simple line. As we know, Mercury is about flowing. It makes a person to flow in different activities. The person cannot stay confined in one activity. He likes to do certain things. He likes to try new things. I am doing some photography course, but no, I want to be a history lecturer. I want to be an economics lecturer. I want to be a researcher. For that, I will borrow funds. I will undertake new expeditions. And those funds and those expeditions will ultimately prove out to be a failure. And at the end of the day, you will be in a big debt trap or a cash trap. You will feel like being insolvent or having without any liquidity. That's what's the malefic impact of Mercury. It can wipe out all of your wealth. What to do? Just stay away from meat and eggs. Meat and eggs are the core rivals of planet Mercury. Furthermore, if you are thinking of getting inside the business of green things, which may be anything, planting, farming, agriculture, anything of green things, you better be aware. You have to take caution because Mercury does not like a business of green things. It can bring financial instability in your business and may end up winding up all your operations. Coming to the next point of foreign tour and travels. Mercury has a deep relationship with foreign tours and travels. Now we need to see your exact kundli, which you are going to tell me in the comment section by telling your name, date of birth and your place of birth. We need to see the placements of different planets as well as your ruling zodiac sign to understand what prospects do you have about foreign tours and travels. Let me give you an instance. If Mercury is in your native house, then Sun will never be your enemy because Sun and Mercury, they go hand in hand. However, Rahu, if Rahu is malefic, it can cause havoc in your life. Any undertaking that you take will end up into a failure. No matter how much effort you have been doing, it will never turn fruitful for you. That's the malefic impacts of Mercury. So now you are going to tell me your date of birth, your time of birth and your name so that we can draw up your kundli and we can know what is the exact position of planets in your lagna chart as well as the movement of your channel, those planets in your today's life, so that we can know are those planets going benefic in your nature or are those going malefic in your nature. The fourth and the most important point is about marriage. Mercury, if it's benefic, it can bring you a foreign spouse. However, if it's a negative, it can delay your marriage prospects and can even cause problems in a married life that can even end up in having a divorce. Or maybe it's even possible that you may be going for again and again remarriages and they also end up in a failure. That's because of a malefic Mercury. So now we are able to understand that Mercury in the first house makes a person creative. It makes a person innovative. It makes a person having such kind of a mindset that a person wants to go and to just keep moving. He likes to try different things. And when that Mercury is malefic or if it's having a negative impact of Mars, which is the war planet, all those activities and ventures of the native ends up in a big failure. The person ends up in a debt trap, he's out of liquidity and he lives a life of core depression. Regarding your foreign tours and travels and your marriage, we need your kundli to understand the other planets that are having impact on Mercury. As a part of the remedial measures, you must avoid meat and eggs and you should stay away from business of green things. So guys, if you like even the slightest of this video, then please subscribe, please share, please like, and you are commenting below how you like this video and what else do you expect from this channel. We have one fabulous video on Sun and Rahu conjunction in the first house, and I have to say that you have to watch it, else it can cause big troubles in your life. So thank you so much for this video and stay tuned for the next one.